Alright, so I decided to try noctuning. I've never done it, heard about it, never actually sat down and tried doing it. So I decided to start like shooting a couple of my arrows to see like where they were at. Like, these are my groups here. So I was shooting these and I wasn't grouping very good. I mean, I wasn't shooting bad, but I wasn't grouping. These are pretty decent groups. I'm happy with that at 22 yards. But these two arrows here kept shooting. You can kind of see the holes over here. That's from them. And this one, like, this is where I'm shooting for right here. This spot. I mean, it's close. I'm happy with that. But they were way over here, so I pulled them over, and I had it marked right here. See that little white mark? That was my mark off of every arrow. Like, every arrow I went by where, like, the serial number was, and I marked, that's where the serial number is down there. And I kind of marked every one of them. And I kind of just started messing with that, I guess. And you can see I'm shooting pretty good. Like, I was aiming for here, aiming for here, and aiming for here. And these two arrows were shooting way over here. And I turned them, and and I was aiming back in here. That's pretty damn good. I'm happy with that. So noctuning works for your arrows. I'd never done it before. I've heard it. Like, I watched Ranch Berry, and he talked about doing it, and I assumed it worked. I just never did it. But I like my $3 target. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every one, 4 of these was $1. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So just figure 12. So $3. Plus I had 2 thick pieces of foam I put in there. Maybe I put 3 in. I put 3 thicker pieces of foam out of this target, and then I added into this target a couple heavier pieces, or these thicker ones, but I took a couple of these thinner ones out. That's an old target. It's like 15 years old. And I just put it back together with a couple tarp straps, and I keep shooting the damn thing. And then that's my carpet target. But yeah, I decided to try this whole noctuning thing out, and it's working. As far as I'm concerned, I got it marked. See, here's another one I had. I marked them with the serial number. You can't see the spine. The spine's not marked on them. And I tried to find the spine, and I can't seem to find it. Some people say you can roll it on your leg, you put it in a bathtub. I don't know. But I marked one spot and kind of went with that. And it seemed to work. Obviously, look, my groups are pretty damn good at 22 yards. I'm happy with that. So I'm rolling with that. I'm happy with them groups. I don't need to be any tighter than that. That's good enough for me. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys noctune? I don't know. I've never really paid much attention to it. I like bare shaft tuning and walkback tuning. Especially when it comes to shooting your broadheads. If you can't get your bare shaft shooting really good, you're going to have a hard time with your broadheads, I think, anyhow. Yeah, like my bare shaft with my VXR. Oh man, it's really shooting good. We spent a lot of time on my VXR. Oh my gosh, I can't even. We spent like 2 or 3 hours on my VXR. It was ridiculous. So here's the VXR, and I changed my grip, and if anybody bought the new a thicker grip or anything like that, it threw off my shot, and I didn't realize how much. Like, I didn't notice how much it threw off my shot until I shot a bare shaft, and I couldn't get it to come out with my hamski. I kept moving it left and to the right, and it just wasn't helping. It was consistently the same. So we took it down to Keith down at Weaver's archery shop, and he got it back to 0. Like, he zeroed everything, got everything 100% back to 0, and it was still consistently doing it. So he pulled it apart. He put a couple different top hats in it, and it started to move a little bit. We started making a couple adjustments, and that's what I learned. Like, you can move it, you can adjust the rest a little bit, but not a lot. I guess you want it pretty much zeroed in there, and you know, kind of go from there. Like, I don't know. I really like the Hamsky. I think it's a cool design. I guess they come out with a new design. It's going to take the replacement of this cap right here, and your line's going to hook on here instead of coming down around on your limb. It's going to come right here. So I think that'll be pretty cool. I don't know how much that little thing's going to cost, but I can't imagine it's very much. But yeah, we had fun trying to get that thing adjusted, and Keith down there, he thinks it's from my grip. He thinks that because it is wider. If you guys are looking to buy the Chris B or an Ultra View handle, it's wider, and it will throw your freaking shot off. Not a lot, but enough that, you know, if you try to shoot a bear shaft and it won't come out of it, you know, you're going to have to go down to your local shop and tell them, you know, hey, look, this is what it's doing, and make them find time. Because if they don't have time to do it, you're going to have a hard time. I'm telling you, it's just, like when you go to shoot a broadhead, your arrows are going to helicopter, they're going to fly the way all over the damn place. I mean, you might get lucky and not have that problem, you know. You might not have that problem whatsoever, but you know, if you try to shoot a bear shaft and it's flying real goofy and you can't seem to get it to come out of it, you probably need some sort of a top hat adjustment. Like that's what I'm learning here. This is my first Mathews, guys, so I'm learning as I go here. I love the bow. I'm super happy. I'm super thankful that I decided to go with the Mathews. I really like this bow. It is a beast. I got it set at, what's it set at? 27 and a half, I think, or 28. I don't know if it's on here. I don't know. I don't know how you tell what it is. I think that's because it was really heavy. Like the 70-pound one was pulling like 72 pounds, and so I thought I would go with a 65, and I went down, I think, a half an inch on my draw. I didn't have to, but I decided to get down to 27 and a half and a 65-pound draw. And the 65 module on the VXR, man, that thing is right almost dead on at 65. I was hoping for it to be right around, you know, 66, 67, 68, because everything I seen and heard people saying that it was higher. But maybe if I would have went with the 28, maybe it would have been. It doesn't matter. I'm shooting good. I am personally shooting good. I'm shooting freaking darts, man. It's just shooting awesome. I like shooting out of my house, especially when my wife ain't home. You know. And you know, I could afford to go buy new fancy targets, but I wanted some cheap shit. You know, like at one target, I don't even know how much money I spent on it. I've had that thing for years now, and I built that great big carpet target. I didn't have much in that. I got the carpet from people that were throwing carpet away, and then I bought some, you know, all threads, and I put I had an extra 2-inch strap, so if you didn't have a 2-inch strap, it'd be $20 for a 2-inch strap. These bolts didn't cost much of anything. You know, the carpet was all free. But if you try to buy new carpet and build one of these, it's going to cost you a pile of money. Yeah, I'm definitely tickled to death with it. I can't thank Keith and them enough. You know, it definitely was a process. It was a process. We worked and worked and worked on that bow to get it shooting that good. And until you knocked, you know, a bear shaft, you didn't realize how much it was shooting off. Like, you wouldn't realize that your bow was off until you try to shoot a bear shaft. You know, and that shows your mess ups. That really shows what's wrong and what's going on. But yeah, if, you know, any questions, any comments, you know, feel free to hit me up. I'm trying my best to help anybody out. I got some issues going on with my crossbow now. I got a Barnett Vengeance. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I like to do all my own fletchings. Like, I fletched all these. That's all my stuff. I fletched left-hand helicals for my bow, because that's how my bow naturally shoots to the left. And I tried doing my own shafts for on my crossbow, and it doesn't really. I have a Bitzenberger, and it doesn't really do what the hell are they called, crossbow bolts or whatever. And I was just kind of pushing it in there and just kind of, holding it to turn it, and it just wasn't really lining up just right. And man, it showed, because I could not get that thing to shoot right. So I just ordered some Black Eagle, I don't even know, I think they're like Excalibur or some shit like that, crossbow bolts. I shot a friend of mine's, Nathan's buddy, I think it was his Uncle Bob or something like that, or his friend Bob, I don't know what his name was, he was a cool guy. I shot his and his Uncle Junior, I think it was his Uncle Junior, or George, and I shot his crossbow bolts out of it, and it was fine. It was no big deal. I could get it to, it was finally shooting just fine. Like, it took me a couple shots to get it zeroed in, but it came up for me. But yeah, that's all. I guess that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, hate me, I don't care. Yeah, so the guy that commented about my teeth, yeah, go fuck yourself. So I decided to try noctuning, and I've never really done it much. Didn't really understand it. I went back and watched a couple of videos. So these two areas right here, it's kind of hard to see. That damn sun's in the way. Let's see if we can pull it up here. Better look at it.